Welcome back to the third segment. It's our preview and prediction segment of BVarsity Live Preview Show, Grapevine, MSP, Tech Services, and Motor City Buick GMC. I'm Trevor Horn, joined along with Josh Bennett, John Metis, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. I can leave now. Whatever.
Bye. Teddy Feinberg.
What's up?
All right, so like I said, last year, Josh was not as good as me. Sorry, Bob. So,
Hey, that percentage still isn't bad.
I am going to go over the 1,000 career win mark here in my predictions this year, which is kind of crazy.
The predictions are posted at the bottom of the predictions in big bold letters. Trevor's like, my record, Josh's record. I'm like, yo, man, I want to unbold this.
Nope. So let's start it off. Why wait? Diana, let's fire it up. First one up, Boron is at home against Silver Valley at a Yermo. Let's be brief here, really. Silver Valley played in the Southern Section Division 13 title game last year. Boron didn't advance to the playoffs. With these two small programs, turnover is always key, whether you're talking about on the field or in personnel. Past success usually rounds out how we predict the games of this caliber. I went Silver Valley 33-20. Josh?
Yeah, like you said, D13 title game, the Southern Section. Boron only had 2 wins last year. They picked them up in weeks 8 and 9 of that year. So Silver Valley should take care of business, 24-14.
John Metis.
Silver Valley.
Teddy Feinberg.
Silver Valley.
Across the board, Silver Valley. All right, moving on. Rosemont. Remember, this is the only team from Kern County that played in the Central Section Championship last year. They lost to eventual state champs Strathmore, who won the bottom barrel. Yeah, they won a state championship. So Rosemont lost to them. Strathmore went on to win it. Here we go. Rosemont going against a Little Rock team that didn't advance to the playoffs last year. These two campuses are only 33 miles apart from each other out in the high desert, but the football programs might as well be light years away from each other. Rosemont coming back. They got their quarterback. Things should be rolling. I got Rosemont winning 34-6, and this is our first of the year. Josh, stay out of my head. Your pick?
Yeah, that didn't take long.
Nope.
I got Rosemont 34-14. Like you said, Rosemont's coming off a D6 title game. Little Rock barely won a game last year, so yeah, it shouldn't be too hard for them.
So there you go. Metis.
Old Rosemont.
And Feinberg.
Everything you guys said.
Yep, so we're all on board for the first two games. We're going to have a discussion on this one because we differ. You've got Burroughs at home against Legacy out of Las Vegas. Burroughs, a team that went to the championship in the Southern Section Division 9 title game. So, but that was a huge senior class.
Yeah,
for the Burroughs that had been very successful from 4th grade on. Mm-hmm. And then you got a Legacy team here. We really don't know too much about them. They played well, went 7-4 last year.
Yep.
I've got Burroughs winning this one in the tight one because it is at home for the Burroughs. 19-14 Burroughs.
I'm going to go Legacy with this one. Like you said, Burroughs lost their gigantic senior core. And Legacy is actually ranked 8th in Nevada by Max Prep, so that should mean something, I think. And despite the long travel, I think Legacy takes care of business, 42-28.
I'm going to agree with Bennett just because I like him more than I like you.
That's fine.
All right, I'm going to go with Burroughs.
All right, so half and half. Okay, now we get into the valley portion of Kern County. We start off here. Well, half of it is the valley. The other half is up in Kern Valley. So here we go. Taft coming in. Both of these teams went 2-7 last year. Remember, we had a week in early September because of the heat index. A bunch of games canceled. Kern Valley, Taft couldn't get replacement games for this, so they ended up only having 9 regular season games. Neither of them advanced to the playoffs last year. George Falgett, the head coach for the Wildcats, said, we're going back to the basics, what worked for us the first 2 years, and it worked pretty well for them. Kern Valley's got their former head coach, Ben Goffin, back. I think this lends it to Taft winning this one in a tight one, 20-13. Josh?
I'm also going Taft 30-20 in our special BVarsity football preview that you'll receive tomorrow in your paper.
That's so special.
I know.
Good tease, Bennett.
Taft's coach, George Falgett, he blamed last year on bad team chemistry, and he says it's fixed. So if it's fixed, then, they should be all right. He's talked highly about the seniors that spent 4 years under him. And they're hoping to put last year behind them. And Kern Valley's actually transitioning to more of a spread offense but they still have Jacob Leitner on their team, so we'll see. But
That dude can run the ball.
of course. But
And he's a heck of a wrestler, too.
yeah, but if they're moving to more spread offense, then first game under that might be difficult. So I got Taft.
The true
Nice.
test to chemistry is really when things start going poorly and not just in practice. But I think Taft should be okay. Taft.
One thing I learned during this tab, Goffin, was a great coach at Kern Valley. He's been gone for 3 years. I am going to go with Taft, but I'm telling you right now, Goffin, it's a good coach. He's a good coach for that program, but Taft in this one.
And he's a really good guy, too.
Yeah.
So the A's just won in a walk-off and swept the Mariners. There you go.
All right.
So let's move on.
In other
man,
Kern County
imagine-
football
Hey, the
news,
swinging A's, man. The swinging A's.
is there a Kern County football player on that team?
You wish.
You wish.
Here we go. McFarland is going to play Avenel, which is not in Kern County, but they are in the valley portion of the Central Valley, I guess. So here come the Cougars. Did not advance to the playoffs last year. Neither did Avenel. McFarland was 3-7 last year. Avenel 1-9. When it comes to scouting out of area teams, really, when you look at Avenel, CalPreps.com really does come in handy. When you look at the Buccaneers, went 1-9 last year. In the 104 teams in the Central section, Cal Preps had Avenel 103rd.
That's not good.
That's not good.
Better than
And then
worse.
when you're going up against a team that is coached by Casey Quinn, a guy that has shown a great ability to win in Kern County at a small school, back-to-back 10-win seasons for Chavez before he went to Clovis North. Now he's back at McFarland. I think that lends itself. They're not going to have their starting quarterback right away. Avila transferred from Chavez, but he has to set out the first 5 weeks of the season. But I still think that McFarland's got more than Avenel this week, and I've got the Cougars winning 20-6. Josh.
I just want to mention that you completely forgot their thriller last year of McFarland's.
I was
7-0
going to bring that
win.
up.
Yeah.
7-0 game last year.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I yawned through that.
Okay. But no, I mean, this is a McFarland team that's obviously on the up. Casey Quinn's a fantastic coach. He knows what he's doing. It just takes time, and they hung with North last year when they played, and I don't think this will be high scoring in any way, shape, or form. But I think McFarland will get the job done 13-6.
Yeah, that's relatively high scoring compared to last year.
Yeah.
McFarland.
Higher scoring.
Yeah.
Offensive fireworks. I'm going McFarland here.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's move on. Hey, two Delano schools getting at it right away against each other Friday night. Delano is at Chavez. Delano, a team that actually very successful last year, especially when you think about what they had in their league. They had two Central Section champions in their league. You had Tulare Union, which was led by Casimir Allen, who broke the national record for touchdown scoring a year, 72. Then he went on to win the state championship in the 100. He's now at UCLA trying to, bide for a starting spot for Chip Kelly. And then Tulare Western won the D3 title after they defeated Tehachapi in the semifinals. Chavez, a team that was really kind of decimated the summer before when they had like 32 seniors graduate. Tough year for them. I saw Chavez on Saturday. Got a good young quarterback. Looks really good. I'm not certain that they're going to be a playoff caliber team this year, but they're going to be much better than an 0-9 team last year. But Delano looks good on paper. I've got the Tigers winning this one in a close one, 22-20. And you got to imagine that place is going to be packed on Friday night.
Oh,
which is fun.
absolutely. They're, it's the battling for city rights, basically, And Delano, like you said, they had probably a quietly successful year last year. Like, not really many people talking about them, but they were getting the job done. Chavez obviously had a down year. I don't think they'll go 0-9 again this year either, but I don't think it's going to start with Delano either. I have Delano winning 31-17.
Exactly what Bennett just said.
All of
Chavez
that.
will win eventually, but not this game.
Yep.
I'm with you guys.
Yeah, I don't think that they're going to be the doormat in the SSL like they were last year. I think Jesse Ortega is actually a really good head coach.
But we're all going Delano in this one.
We are going
Yeah,
Delano in
Okay.
this one. So moving on. Sorry, Christian Johnson, but you got to go up against Alex
Yeah, it's a
Aguilar
tough first draw.
week. So here you go, Miramonte, a team 0-9 last year. Christian Johnson takes over for the Lions this year, and their first task is going up against a team that I think I would not go out on a limb here and say that the Shafter Generals are not the I don't think there's any question that they're not the D5 favorites moving in. So you get something like that, a team that win last year against a team like Shafter that went to the semifinals of D5, and you bring back your quarterback. You've got your two bookends on your offensive line back. You've got your top 3 wide receivers back, and then they all play defense as well. I think that really predicates itself on what might be the one big kind of blowout win this weekend. Miramonte is going to take its lumps. They're going to get better, but it ain't going to start this one. I've got Shafter winning this one 42-7.
Yeah, I think when you look back at Alex Aguilar's stats for this season in December or whatever, a good percentage of that will probably come from this game. And I think Shafter starts off with a bang, 55-13.
Well, I think what's really going to happen here is you're going to see Alex Aguilar get a lot of break on offense in the second half because they're going to save him for late in the season.
These are all the first half stats.
There might be a bunch of games like that.
Yeah, because this kid can run the ball well, and he's got a rocket for an arm, and he's a smart quarterback. And when you got a guy like Gerald Perucci at helm, this guy knows how to spread the ball out coaching wise. He's done it very successfully at Bixville Christian, and now he's doing it at his home school, his alma mater at Shafter. So yeah, Shafter moving forward. Metis.
Yeah, last year's game was 48-0 Shafter. This should probably be something similar.
I got nothing to add. It's Shafter.
Okay, well, thank you for that, Theodore. Let's move on. Another SEYL versus SSL game. Highland on the road at Arvin Friday night. Highland, like we said, team that started 8-0. They go to North, your alma mater, Josh. They lose the regular season finale, but they still share a 3-way tie for the league title with North and South. First league title ever in Highland history since the school was opened in 1970. They have to place 2 quarterbacks. Mike Gutierrez does like what he's bringing back. They play against an Arvin team that really, they didn't start practice. Actually, they did start practice on time, but head coach Edgar Maris wasn't there right away. Some of their players weren't there right away because, in a city like Arvin, you've got a lot of kids that have to help put food on the table, so they have to work out in the fields.
And I believe Coach Maris was just out of town, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
He was, he was out of town.
Dance competition.
Yeah, so, I think that, Highland out the gate gets those last 2 losses, including, that overtime loss to West in the D1 and the D3 first round game. Wash those 2 losses really quickly here. I have Highland winning this one 28-7 over Arvin.
Yeah, like I said earlier in the show about seeing how Highland responds to their, season last year. But I think they're just more talented than Arvin. They should take care of business 42-17.
Highland.
Definitely like Highland, for sure.
Okay, moving on. Another SEYL versus SEYL opener this week. Kennedy, a team that went 6-6 last year. They got a new head coach. They were on the road at Foothill, who also has a new head coach. And it happens to be both of these head coaches are former head coaches at different schools. So you got Mario Milan, now the head coach at Kennedy, and you've got Brandon Decker, now the head coach at Foothill. They're going at it here again. Kennedy's got a top running back, and it looks as if Ed Hurt is going to be the top running back for Foothill this year. I look at the success that the Thunderbirds have had throughout the years, and I think that they've got enough coming back that they go on the road and they beat Foothill. I've got Kennedy winning this one 27-19.
I'll probably be wrong on this, but just hear me out.
Come on, you
great
got
way
it,
to start.
Bennett.
Yeah.
You got it.
Be confident.
Bennett.
Come on, Bennett.
In our preview, Kennedy's new coach, Mario Millian, he claims that Kennedy was just like they were last year. They got plenty of returners, but the success of Dennis Moody at that school, what he brought to the table there, this is the first game without him, and I don't know if Kennedy will be the same without him personally. And plus, Foothill, they've been through a bunch of coaching changes. They finally have a veteran coach at their helm for the first time in who knows how long. And, I think Foothill has a chance here, and I think they might squeak out an upset here, 24-21.
Metis.
Kennedy's won this game by a sizable margin the last 2 years. Don't think it'll be that big this year, but I think Kennedy's going to win it.
You know what? I did the Foothill preview, and I'm going to go with them on their home field week 1.
Okay. With that said, we're going to take a quick break. After this, we're going to finish up the last half of our predictions right after this.